Greetings. This is Grandmaster Reginald Stroud Sr., also known as Brother Teacher. I wanted to touch on the subject of obesity and fat martial artists. What does the word discipline imply to those that are listening to me right now? When you do things that you're supposed to do when you don't want to do them, that's discipline. When you force yourself to go beyond what the norm is, what most common everyday people do, that's discipline. When you do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, that example is what we should be leading by. There are many martial artists that I have seen in my life, and I continue to see today, that are not following the tenets of the craft. Now, you might be disciplined in the respect that you can run a kata or hung very proficiently and it looks good. You might be disciplined from the standpoint that you might know pressure point fighting. You might be disciplined in the standpoint, or from the standpoint that you might be able to go through demonstrations and look real extravagant, if you will. You might be disciplined in the standpoint that, I can go out and market and get a school full of students and I have a large following. You might be disciplined in those respects. But there's a lot of us that are not disciplined when it comes to eating properly. The discipline of pushing away from the table and being gluttonous. I am tired of seeing, I won't say just black belt level, I will say people who are masters and grandmasters, professed masters and professed grandmasters that are fat. Now, I can't speak for you. I don't know you personally. But this is the rub right here. If you don't have a medical condition, such as a thyroid issue, or some medication that you're taking, such as prednisone, I should say, that causes you to gain weight, or that sends you over the top of what your weight should be, then you should be in shape. I'm not saying that you have to be some sort of prima donna. I'm not saying that you have to be some Charles Atlas or what have you. But I am saying a lot of us here in the Western world, in America, have lost control. And we have never had control, some of us. And I see these guys, a lot of karateka, if you will, that are professed masters and grandmasters, as I forestated, who have their bellies hanging, I mean literally hanging over their belt and sitting in their laps when they're sitting down. That, my friend, is a shame. And we could do better. Now, some people will take issue with what I'm saying. That's just simply the world that we live in. Everyone is not going to like what you're saying. And what I find has always been amazing to me is the fact that when you tell the truth, and we all say that we should be telling the truth, and when you tell the truth, people hate you for telling the truth. You know why? Because the light has been turned on them. I learned a long time ago, if you're in the way, then get out the way. But it speaks to your character when a person brings a valid point up, such as this one, and gives you some creative and constructive criticism. It speaks to your character when you can say, you know what, that gentleman is right. That person is right. I need to lose weight. I really need to take better care of myself, so that when I advertise that I'm a martial artist and that I have a school and that I teach this particular discipline, I need to look the part. Even if I'm middle age and above or beyond, I should look the part as far as my physical self is concerned. So it is nothing like going to a dojo or kwoon and walking in and you're looking for the instructor, and the instructor walks out and he can hardly breathe, or she can hardly breathe, and they're carrying about 30, 40 extra pounds in the midsection, out of breath. That's not good, my friends. And some of us like to say, well, I've been in the martial arts 40, 50 years. It doesn't matter. There's no reason to let yourself go. Now, when I see a lot of our Asian brothers in the martial arts, I very rarely see them obese. Every once in a while, one might slip through the cracks and you'll see someone extremely overweight that's Asian, if you will. But for the most part, no. And there are some Americans that are in very, very good shape too. And I mean, that are chiseled down too. And they look very good. But I'm telling you, America's obesity rate is over 50% now. And the karateka and the martial artists just don't make it any better. My friends, this is Grandmaster Reginald Strauss Sr. I have a blog, and the blog is Weight Loss Pro for Success.blogspot.com. You'll find it at the bottom of this video. And I also have Martial Arts Pro Pro for Success. I'm sorry, let me say that again. Martial Arts Pro for Success.blogspot.com. You'll find that below this video as well. I'm not trying to get any money from you. These blogs, you just go on and whatever's useful for you, just take that with you. It's that simple. I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to be your brother and your friend in the martial arts, like we all should be, and take care of each other. And if you lose some weight, you don't have to worry about hypertension and diabetes and a lot of these other things that's been affecting a lot of us here in America and the Western world. You know, so we would love to see you a little bit longer here on the planet, you know, without you committing self-suicide. So again, this is Grandmaster Reginald Stroud. I love you, God love you, and take care of yourself. So long.